welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the upcoming full moon in Aquarius, happening tonight on August the 22nd, 2021, or the 23rd, depending on where you live in the world. So let's get started here for Sagittarius and see what messages we have for the full moon in Aquarius. What needs to be healed? What needs to be released? What messages do we have here for Sagittarius? 3 cards. It's time to take action, bring love to the situation, and balance spirituality and practicality. Interesting. I haven't seen that card tonight. Okay. Very interesting. And we see on the bottom of the deck, your commitment is being tested. Wow. So your commitment is being tested on the bottom of the deck here with balanced spirituality with practicality and bringing love into the situation. And it's time to take action. So that's no short order here for Sagittarius. I'm really feeling that these cards, your commitment is being tested, is connected very much to the balancing in the spirituality and practicality. I feel like these 2 cards are really, really connected, that one could be the solution to the other, that the commitment that's being tested here, it's being tested because perhaps practically right now you're being challenged and it's difficult to see things in a more spiritual light, and it's difficult to bring love into the situation. I feel like taking action might have to do with something separate, but it might be connected. Let's pull the tarot cards here and see what clarification we can add. But these messages are really speaking to me tonight for Sagittarius. You're being tested. You're being tested, and it's time to bring in some balance between the practicality and spirituality, and find the love so that you can take action and be balanced. Interesting. Very interesting. Wow, your commitment is being tested. Okay, well, let's look into this. What does my Sagittarius need to take action on here? We see the Queen of Cups flying out of the deck. So it's an emotional situation. It's something that is going to involve compassion. It's going to involve love, surely. And it's going to involve the emotional body connecting to a situation to take action. It's very interesting. The action that I feel when I think of the Queen of Cups is the act of forgiveness, the act of compassion, the act of love. Those are the actions that I think of when I think of the Queen of Cups. Forgiveness, compassion, and love. And the ability to empathize with others and to feel someone else's feelings and understands their experience as a result. And so perhaps it's time to take a compassionate action. We're going to bring love into the situation here. Let's clarify that, please. Thank you. So to bring love in the situation, that's going to help elevate things for you to the next level when you bring love into this situation. So it's like you're going to take your abilities to empathize with people to the next level in your service. I feel like this is service. There's some sort of element of service here. That action could be service to others. That action is your service to others. So balancing practicality and spirituality, we see the Knight of Swords, which is telling us to get ready for a sudden life pattern change. I'm starting to get the feeling that Sagittarius is going to step into some sort of service to others that's really going to help balance their spirituality and practicality. It's going to show them love, compassion, forgiveness, and kindness, and how to empathize with other people. And truly, your commitment is being tested. Let's have a look at that. How is Sagittarius' commitment being tested? The Devil here, Sagittarius. So it's, are you wearing a mask? Are you being authentic? Are you serving the higher self or the ego? Yes, Sagittarius is stuck in a bit of a loop right now, probably because there is something going on that needs love and needs balance, but it's at the times that we need love and balance, and those are the times when we feel the most tested, isn't it? And that's when we might slip into these behaviors where we're masked, where we're wearing a mask and we're not really connecting to ourselves. It's in those moments of when we're most challenged that would explain this test that you're feeling, that your commitment to yourself is being tested right now because of something in the external world that's pulling at your spirituality and your practicality, and you keep sort of oscillating between those two energies. And really, it looks like love is the answer. Love is what's going to take you to that next level. But your life has been disrupted by this lack of balance. You have noticed a change in your day-to-day. But just as you've noticed a change in your day-to-day with there being a lack of balance, you can add a change in your day to create balance, by adding something that's fulfilling to your higher self. Some exercise, some good food, some rest, some different books to read, some spiritual practices. There's so many things you can add to your day instead of thinking about the things that are having a hard time getting moving. Then add something. Does that make sense? Maybe that's the action you need to take. You need to take an action that's going to help align your spirituality and practicality. You don't need to take an action that's going to sort of further that feeling of being tested, right? And let's see what the Oracle deck says here. What card's on the bottom here? We have the Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, you're feeling tested, and so you're sort of slipping into this old way of thinking where you're worrying and you're wearing your mask again, and you're slipping into tendencies where you're, just doing things to please the ego instead of the higher self. And that's okay. We oscillate between those energies all the time, and during a particularly tricky time, you might find that it's even more challenging to stay balanced. So let's have a look here for a time to take action with the Queen of Cups. So it's emotional here. We see that you're at a standstill. You're at a standstill, but it's time to take an action. This combination of cards came up for another sign. I can't remember who. It wasn't the Queen of Cups, but it was the time to take action with this standstill. So it is time to take an action, and you're at a standstill. And we see the Queen of Cups here. So that says to me, maybe you're at a standstill because intuitively you feel like it's not the time to act. But that could be fear. That could be fear. You could be at a standstill because of fear, and not because, and that's why love is being here, you're being guided to bring love into the situation, which is the opposite of fear. So you could be at a standstill for taking action because you need more love in a situation, because right now you're at a standstill because of fear. Interesting. So bringing love into the situation is going to bring you to a place of inner peace. Exactly. So it's fear that's creating a standstill. So we need to transmute that fear into love, which will bring about inner peace here for you. Okay. Now, balancing your spirituality and practicality with the Knight of Swords, we see voyage. Yeah, Knight of Swords suggests a life pattern change, and the voyage card, it's clear, it's a voyage. You're going to change things up dramatically. You could actually be going on a trip, or it could be, a metaphorical voyage where you're going to learn more about yourself. You're going to understand yourself. You and the inner being are going to take a voyage here on a transformative voyage here. Enlightenment, yeah. Your commitment is being tested, but this is all leading to your enlightenment. This is a challenging time for you, so you might be finding that your energy is all over the map right now, but that is because you're starting to lead a new chapter here, leadership on the bottom of the deck. So you are leading a new cycle here for yourself, and it's very interesting to see that really the answer is to add love to the situation, love, compassion, forgiveness, empathy, and to get ready to try to find a balance in your life pattern, because it's going to change. It's going to change. And it's going to bring in a balance between your spirituality and your practicality. This is going to be an interesting time for you. You're going to come into a lot of enlightenment. And I think it's going to cause us a journey. This is a new voyage for you. This is a new time in your life. And I think bringing the love into the situation is going to help with the standstill, because it's going to transmute the fear. Wow, I think I'm going to leave it at that for you, Sagittarius. If this has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email is in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light and blessings of this full moon.